you guys for coming, because it's good to stay healthy in this at all times, but especially now. So we'll start with feet together. Eyes closed. Just take a moment to turn your attention inward. Feel as you ground down into the feet and reach through the crown of the head. Allow the muscles of the legs to hug into the leg bones. Allow the spine to grow long. Crown of the head reaching up. And feel on your inhale, you can expand the rib cage in all directions, front, sides, and back. Then on a long inhale, reach arms up, interlace the fingers, press the palms up to the sky, rise up onto your tiptoes, heels squeezing together. And then we're going to lower the heels down, palms together, cross of the thumbs. You can keep the arms vertical or bring the arms in front. Connect the arms and the shoulder sockets. Take a moment, just close the eyes. Connect the left and right sides of your body. So actively pushing the palms together. Feel the connection from the feet to the heels, up through the calves, through the hamstrings, into the base of the butt. Lift up through the pelvic floor. Feel that energy in the low belly. Pull the low belly up to the back of the neck. Keep reaching as vertical as you can through spine and through arms. Hear the sound of the breath. The sound of the breath will be so hum or hum sa. Inhaling and exhaling. Tip of the tongue can come to the roof of the mouth behind the front teeth. And we'll maintain that throughout practice. Connect the front energy line. And then balancing, we're going to ground into our right foot. Lift the left leg up in the air. Arms out wide. 2 Jnana mudras. Tuck the index fingers in with the thumbs. Lift the top leg as high as you can. Then still balancing, come upright. Pull the left knee up towards the chest, tuck the thumbs in the fingers, push the arm bones back, left knee is up high. You can stay here, or if you can, straighten the leg all the way out. Try to keep the pelvis level. Keep lifting tall into that top leg. Push the floor away with the bottom foot. Breathe. Then bringing the feet together, inhale, reach up, grab behind your right wrist, lengthen. Tip the body to the left. As you push into the feet, pull with the strength of that left arm to tip the body further. If you can, close your eyes. Sound of breath, so hum. Every time you exhale, tip a little further. Feel the muscles of the legs hugging into the leg bones. Breathing into it and on the top ribs, that right side of the rib cage. And then on an inhale, lift all the way up. We're going to side bend the neck, left ear to left shoulder. You can either touch fingertips to thumb pad, pulling your fingers up towards your armpit, or grab the right ankle. It'll help to ground into that right shoulder. And then gently release. Inhale, reach arms back up, palms together, feet together, hinge at your hips, knees and ankles, Utkatasana, chair pose. Let the arms be as vertical as you can, spine long. And remember, if you need to take arms forward or separate hands for the sake of the shoulders, feel free to do that. Close the eyes. Take your practice internal. Hear the sound of your breath. Let that give you a rhythm for your practice. Then this time we're going to ground into the left foot, lift right leg up high, arms out wide, 2 Jnana mudras. As the top leg lifts up high, torso will lower. If you can, parallel to the floor. Keep the back muscles working to lift the arms up high. As we push the floor away and reach out through the fingertips, feel the body long, stable. Still balancing, come upright. Pull the right knee up, tuck the thumbs in the fingers, push the arm bones back, lift the leg up high, and then extend the leg out. Reach through the crown of the head. Feel the energy from the low belly pulling in and up to the back of the neck. Strongly push the arm bones back like you're pushing into a concrete wall. And then feet together. Inhale, reach arms up. Grab behind the left wrist, lengthen. Everything hugs into center and then tip to the side. Strongly pull with your right arm to pull that left arm further over. And feel your hips sliding to the left. As you ground into your feet, feel the muscles of the legs hug into the leg bones like your legs are becoming one leg. Let that energy travel up into your pelvic floor, up through the spine, all the way to the crown of the head. And then squeeze into the left side of the spine as you come back up. We'll side bend the neck, tipping the right ear to the right shoulder. The fingertips can touch the thumb pad, drawing that left hand up towards the armpit. You can adjust where your hand is or grab a hold of left ankle. Tip of the tongue still to the roof of the mouth. Sound of breath, so hum. Inhale, exhale. Then we'll release there for back bending. We're going to separate our feet about hip width apart. Hands to the top of the hips. So remember, push into the heels so that you squeeze all the way up into the base of the butt. Then lift the rib cage up and then arch back. You can keep hands at your hips. You can do fingers up the back or even hands at heart center. Then as you reach back, keep pushing into the heels. Look for the wall behind you. Push into the heels more to come up. Lengthening the spine as we come down. So hands can be on the thighs, hands can be on the shins. Maybe hands are all the way to the floor. You could also take your hands under your feet, standing on your palms. Lift up through the hips, folding the torso down, as if you wanted to aim your forehead through the shins. Feel the breath expand into the back and the side ribs. Hear the sound of the breath. Then we'll release and bring the hands forward and the feet back, coming into down dog. So the hips will lift up and back. Heels reaching towards the floor. Find that energy in your low belly, lifting the pelvis up and back, pushing the thigh bones back. Lengthen through your armpits. Lengthen through your lats. And then we'll shift forward into a plank, pushing the heels back, reaching through the crown of the head. So before we lower down for our Vinyasa belly down, feel that energy in the legs. Push into the heels, squeeze into the base of the butt. Legs are powerful. Good. Pull low belly in and up. Elbow creases just slightly turning forward. Now keep all of that as you chaturanga down. Then flatten the feet, start to peel the spine up one vertebra at a time. Squeeze into the back, and you decide how high you want to lift. Push into the tops of the feet. And then articulate the spine down, getting longer as you come down. Tuck the toes under, so knees can either be up or down. You're going to push yourself up and back into your down dog. Lengthen the spine. Reach the heels down. And then we're going to lunge the left leg forward, spin the back foot flat, come up for warrior. We're going to do eagle arms today in warrior. So left arm wraps on top of right. Shoulders and hips point straight ahead. Hinge at the hips, lunge low. See if you can get your thigh parallel to the floor, grounding into the outside of the back foot. And when you push into the outside of that back foot, connect into that outer hip into the butt. Take an inhale. As you exhale, tip the arms to the left. And then come back to center. Exhale, tip the arms to the right. Come back to center. Pull the arms forward, lunge a little lower. Stay low in your lunge, come back to center. Lift the fingertips up and back to center. Release, straighten both legs, step the back foot just a little closer. Hips are gonna square straight ahead. Toes will point straight ahead. We're gonna hinge at the hips. So maybe you have your hands on your thighs. Maybe you bring your hands like onto blocks or hands to the floor. Pull the left hip back to even out with the right side. And then as you exhale, fold the torso down. Relax your neck. Breathe. Hear the sound of the breath. Utilize the breath. We can go deeper in poses physically. We can go deeper in poses energetically. We can go deeper in poses, more concentration in mind, or a combination. Then for our arm strengthening, we'll go through all three choices. So first, let's all come into plank, pushing into the heels, reaching through the crown of the head. You can stay here. If you're comfortable in your plank, lifting right leg, that'll be your first option. Or walk both feet closer for crow pose. Pack your knees up into your armpits and either lift one or both feet up in the air. If you're okay with that, we're gonna go into Bakasana 1. So we'll send left arm under left leg, pack the right knee up into the armpit, left foot lifts up, right foot lifts up. Breathe. Find your center. Work from center. Floating back into our down dog. Hips up and back. Walk the feet just one step closer. You can either keep two arms, down dog, or left hand can reach back and grab left ankle or calf. Pull on it to square the shoulders. Keep lifting your hips up and back, trying to keep the shoulders square. Stable shoulder girdle on that right side. You're welcome to stay here or take the right foot, lift it up in the air. Hold steady, balance. Sound of breath, so hum, or hum-sa. Then releasing there, come forward into a plank. Then we're gonna left arm down, Vinyasa side down. So left hand will be down. Feet can be staggered, one in front of the other. Feet could be stacked. Or top leg could be up in the air. Then top arm and hips lowered. Top arm and hips lift. Take that top leg, step it forward. We're gonna turn 180 degrees on our mat. Spin the back foot flat for side angle. So we'll have left hand down inside the front foot and then right arm up to the sky. Good. Press the pelvis down and forward. There's two bind variations you can take. Top hand behind the back, bottom arm underneath, or the universal yoga bind, top arm reaching overhead, grab behind the knee, and then reach that left forearm towards the floor. Keep pushing the pelvis down and forward. Sound of breath, so hum, or hum-sa. Then we'll release, touch the back knee down, straighten the front leg, Ardha Trikonasana, your half triangle pose. Palms will be in line with the front heel, or hands could be on blocks. Keep the back knee lined up right under the hip. Lengthen the torso, and then fold down. You can bend at the elbows, bring the forearms to the floor, or you can take this into Hanumanasana, your splits pose. Again, work with your breath, the inhale and the exhale. The inhale will give you space. You can fill up like you're a hot air balloon, filling up with air. Stay at the top of your inhale. And then as you exhale, work into the space you've created during your inhale. Good. Then releasing there. So again, for your arm strengthening, you can go into plank, you can go into crow, or your second Ekapada Bakasana 2, second variation of crow, packing left knee up into the left armpit. Shift forward. So you're up on the tippy toe of the back foot. And then see if you can shift forward like a teeter-totter to lift that back leg up in the air. Sound of breath. Everything hugs in the center. Meet back in your down dog. Good. Then lift left arm up in the air so it's out of the way. Turn 180 degrees, have a seat. Your right hand will be directly behind your shoulder for rack pose. Hips will scoot forward. So depending on where the hips are at, maybe you hang on to your knee, pull to square shoulders. Maybe if you're a little further forward, you push into the thigh. Or if you're further forward yet, bring that left forearm down to the floor or towards the floor. Squeeze into the back, lift through the chest, pull with your feet to help pull the pelvis forward. Close your eyes. Sound of breath, so hum. Use the breath to give you a rhythm. Keep pulling with the feet. Squeeze into the back, lift your chest a little more. And then we'll release. Turn yourself back around. Left arm down, Vinyasa side down. So feet can be staggered, stacked, or top leg up in the air. Top arm and hips lower. Top arm and hips lift. Take that top leg, step it forward. We're just going to turn 90 degrees. Come upright for archer pose. Arms out wide, tuck the thumbs and the fingers, two mushti mudras. Bend your left knee, left elbow, right toes up. Pull like you're pulling a bow and arrow. Melt the hips down. When you find the shape of your pose, close your eyes. Every time you exhale, see if you can hinge at the hips to lower down a little further. Be strong from the outside of the foot to the outer left hip. Push into that right leg. Melt down a little lower. Feel the lift through your pelvic floor. And then our low side lunge, left, so you can stay upright, or left elbow inside the left knee, right toes up to the sky. Keep the left heel down, strongly pushing left elbow in the left leg. Then your right hand, it could stay on the floor or it could cup on your thigh above the knee to press down. Use the left elbow pushing into the left arm to bring the chest to the center. Use the exhale, maybe you come down further, face towards the floor. Maybe you stay more vertical. Create space for your inner thighs. And then we're going to pivot 90 degrees to the left. We're going to practice Vinyasa 1, your scissors, taking left arm or plank or crow. But if you can, left arm comes under left leg, shift forward so your left leg can lift, and then we'll float the back leg up in the air too. Legs are straight, or plank or crow. Float your way back into your plank. Chaturanga down. Right arm comes out to the side, hand as high as the crown of the head. Then roll onto your side and bend one or both knees up in the air. Your left hand can push into the floor to turn your chest towards the ceiling. Or you can reach that left hand back to that back hand to bind. Sound of breath, so hum. Close your eyes. Internal practice. Gently release. Coming back to center. Plant the hands. Push yourself up and back to either sitting on your heels or sitting cross-legged if it makes more sense for your knees. Your left palm will face up, Vishnu Mudra. Right hand, 2 fingers to the hairline, so you can alternate between your thumb and your ring finger. We're gonna inhale right nostril fast, exhale left fast, Vastrika. Pump your organs in and out. Inhale right, exhale left. Take a deep breath in, relax your hands. Hold, pause at the top. And slowly exhale. Observe sensation. We've created our first energetic diagonal. We work mainly left leg and right arm. We rotate it to the left, left side pranayama. Tune into the energetic qualities you can achieve during a physical practice. You may feel a counterclockwise internal rotation. On an inhale, reach arms up. As you exhale, release the hands down. Plant the hands, step back into your plank. From your plank position, Vinyasa, belly down. We're going to chaturanga down. Body strong as you articulate down. Heel the spine up, 1 vertebra at a time. Squeeze into your back, push into the top of the feet. Then lengthen your spine as you come back down. Tuck the toes under, either with knees down or knees lifted. Push yourself up and back into your down dog. Hips lifting up and back. So we're going to start our sequence over now. Everything's going to be with right leg and left arm. So let's lunge right leg forward. Spin the back foot flat. Coming up in your warrior. Eagle arms, Garuda arms with right arm on top. Good. Then bend deep into the front knee. Be strong in the back leg. As you push into that back leg, strong in that outer hip. Take an inhale. As you exhale, tip the arms to the right. Find your low lunge. Good. Back to center. Tip the arms to the left. Back to center. Pull the arms forward, lunge low. Good. Back to center. Maintain that low lunge. Lift arms up. Back to center. Release the arms, straighten both legs. Triangle pose, Trikonasana. Take the back foot, just step it forward enough that your toes will point straight ahead. Hinge at the hips. Hands could be on the legs, on blocks, or on the floor. Fingers in line with the toes. Palms reaching down to the floor if you can. Let the right hip push back to even out with the left side. Allow your spine to lengthen. And then as you fold down, setting your right shoulder towards that right leg, relax your neck. Feel how you can push the floor away. Draw the inner thighs into the groin to help square the pelvis. Figure out what you need in each of the poses. Everyone's body's different. What we all need is different. Then, just like we did on the other side, we have an option of plank, this time with left leg lifting, Or you can go into regular Bakasana, crow pose, with both feet lifting. Or Ekapada Bakasana 1, take right arm under right leg, pack the left knee up into the armpit, lift right foot up, and left foot up. Push the floor away. Float back into your down dog. Hips up and back. So you can either stay in classic down dog. If you have any shoulder sensitivity, this would be a good option. Otherwise, take us like one step closer so that you can reach your right hand back to grab the right ankle or calf. Pull on it to square the shoulders. Lift the hips up and back. And you can stay here, or if you took the balance option on the other side, float the left leg up. Then we'll release there. For right arm down, Vinyasa side down. So legs can be staggered, stacked, or top leg up. Then top arm and hips lower. Good. Top arm and hips lift. Take the top leg, step it forward. Turn to the right 180 degrees. Parsvakonasana. Right hand down inside the front foot. Left arm up in the air, Dhyana Mudra. Or if you took the first bind, top hand behind the back, bottom arm underneath. If you took the universal yoga bind, top arm reaches overhead. Grab behind the knee. Reaching that right forearm towards the floor. Sound of breath, so hum. Tip of the tongue is still to the roof of the mouth behind the front teeth. Good, then we'll release, touch the back knee down, Ardha Trikonasana. Toes will be up on the front foot, front leg straight. Line the hips up over the back knee. Hands could be on blocks. Palms could be on the floor in line with the heels. If you need more, start to bend at the elbows, lowering the forearms down. If you took Hanumanasana, your splits pose on the other side, send the front leg forward, the back leg back, working into your splits. Take your time, have patience. Relax the nervous system. Utilize this time to figure out what does your body need. How big can we make our inhale? Fill up. Then with that space we've created during our inhale, as you exhale, soften. Move into the space. Then we'll release there. Pull the front foot back. So you can go into plank, you can go into crow, or Ekapada Bakasana 2, packing the right knee up into the right armpit. Lift right foot up. Shift the body forward so that back leg floats up. Breathe. Good, then float back into your down dog. Right arm lifts up in the air so it's out of the way. So you can turn 180 degrees to have a seat. That left hand will be behind you. Left hand right behind left shoulder. Then either hanging onto the knee and pulling to square the shoulders. Or if the hips are a little further forward, push into the thigh to draw that right shoulder back. Yeah. Or hips will scoot further forward and then work the right forearm down. All the fingers together. Pull with the feet, squeeze into the back, lift through chest. Create space for the left shoulder, down into the bicep forearm. Oftentimes our arms in front of us in daily life. Create this space through the front body into the shoulder. Then just scoot back a little bit so that you are stable and you turn yourself back around. Right arm down, Vinyasa side down. Pick your leg position and then top arm and hips lower. Top arm and hips lift. Take that left leg, step it forward. Turn just 90 degrees to the right. Come upright for archer pose. Arms out wide, tuck thumbs and fingers. Bend the right knee, right elbow. Left toes lift up. Pull like you're pulling a bow and arrow, and then hinge at your hips to sink the pelvis down. Close the eyes when you find the shape of your pose. Feel your body in three-dimensional space. Every time you exhale, go deeper. This is meant to be a strengthening pose. Then low side lunge, we're going to bring the right elbow inside the right knee. Maybe fingertips maybe to the floor. If you can, palms all the way to the floor. Lower the pelvis down. If you can, keep that right heel down. Sometimes the left foot needs to go out a little further to keep right heel down. Then strongly push that right arm into the right leg. Left hand, if it can, it'll be on the thigh. Just give a little external rotation on the thigh so the kneecap is up, and then push down. Push with the right elbow to get the torso to the center. You can also keep both legs straight and full forward. Yeah. And then take the feet out a little wider. Good. Create space for the inner thighs. Good. Then we're going to turn 90 degrees. We're going to go into Vinyasa 1, or scissors. So, or plank or crow. If you can, right arm comes under right leg. Then lift, so bend the elbows like chaturanga to lift the right foot up. Shift forward. You're like a teeter-totter to float the back leg up. Then find your way back into plank. Belly center strong. All right, then slow, like a straight board, either with knees up or down. Slowly lower down. Take left arm out to the side, hand as high as the crown of the head. Roll onto your side and bend one or both knees up in the air. You can push into the floor with the right hand, or you can reach back and bind. Again, creating space for the shoulder, down the bicep. Then we'll release, roll back to center. Plant the hands, just push yourself up to a seated position. So if you can, sit on your heels, but you're welcome to sit cross-legged or sit up on a block. Vishnu Mudra, right hand, 2 fingers extend like the peace symbol. Left hand, 2 fingers to the hairline, so you can alternate your nostrils. Vastrika, fast breathing, inhale left, exhale right. Pump your organs in and out. Take a big breath in, relax the hands. Pause, hold space. Slowly exhale. Observe sensation. We've created our second energetic diagonal. From the right leg to the left arm, it lays on top of our first side. We rotate it to the right, right side pranayama. The body should feel a strong sense of balance. Inhale, reach arms up. Exhale, release the hands down. Plant the hands, press back into your down dog. From your down dog, shift forward into plank, or you can work your handstand. I'll talk you through the Vinyasa belly down. Feel free to do handstand. We're going to chaturanga down. Articulate the spine up into your cobra or your up dog. Peel the spine back down. Push up into down dog. Hips lifting up and back. Then we're going to touch the knees down. Bring the torso upright. Left leg is going to come out to the side, just straight out. Inhale, reach up and grab behind your right wrist. Mushti mudra, right hand. Lengthen, and then let your left leg slide into you as you tip the body over to the left. Your hips will slide to the right. This is our second chance at side bending, similar to when we were standing at the beginning of practice. And then coming up, you can either stay upright, tip your head to the side, or if you can, turn the right foot in so you can sit on the heel. Left leg extends. Your feet, legs are in like a little V shape. Hang on to your right shin or ankle area. Torso is tall. Then we'll side bend the neck. So this is just going to help to ground the right shoulder. Create space for the neck. Tip of the tongue still to the roof of the mouth. Sound of breath, Soham. Then gently release. We're going to do the same thing to the other side. Taking right leg out to the side. The hip starts up right above the knee. We'll inhale, reach up, grabbing behind left wrist, lengthen. Pull the right foot towards you as you're tipping to the right. Slide the hips as far as you can to the left. So you'll end up with your right hip lined up over your left knee. Pull strong. Breathe into the left side of the rib cage. Good. Then coming up and either staying upright, tipping your head, fingertip to thumb pad, or like before, bring your heel in. Have a seat on your heel, torso vertical. Hang on to your shin or ankle. Then tip the head to the right. Create space for your neck. Then we're going to release there. Coming into Bhujangasana, your snake pose. You're going to plant either palms down, fists down, or fingertips. And then you're going to walk your feet in as close as you can so that your hips and wrists are close. Push into the tops of the feet, squeeze into your back, arching back. This time, curl the tongue to the back of the upper palate. Eyes, even though they're closed, roll up and back in the head. Breathe. Keep lengthening into your inhale. Work into the depth into your exhale. Then releasing there from Ardriyasana, your cat pose. Toes tuck under at the back of the mat. Your hips line up right above your knees. Hands crawl forward. This is a back bend for your neck. We want the chin to come down to the floor. If the chin doesn't come down with hands straight out from the shoulders, just bend the elbows to get the chin down, or take a block and bring the floor up to you. We want a back bend for the neck. Most of our time in daily life, our head's in front of us. They're looking down. Then once you're in your position, curl your tongue to the back of the upper palate. And again, eyes rolling up and back. even though eyes are closed. Keep reaching the chest closer and closer to the floor. Then when we release, you can go to the back of your mat and chakra vinyasa somersault forward or cross at the shins. We're just going to end up in a seated position. Good. So with the legs stretched out, we're going to keep right leg out, left knee bends in. Bringing the foot into the inner thigh. Hamstring and glute can pull out of the way. Right hand grabs the left knee, left arm lifts up, and then you can start by reaching up and over and high five. Maybe you stay there. Maybe you reach over and grab your right foot. Use your arms to help work yourself deeper into your pose. So your right arm that's hanging onto the knee is going to help to rotate you, bringing that right shoulder inside. That left hand that's hanging onto your straight leg is going to help to fold you further. Keep rotating chest towards the sky, grounding into the left hip. Close the eyes. Create space for that left side body. Sound of breath, so hum. Then with that space you've created, float the body back up. We'll do the same thing on the other side. So we'll extend, left leg out, tuck the right foot in. You could pull hamstring and glute out of the way. Left hand grabs right knee, right arm lifts up to the sky. Then you're going to start to side bend. Maybe you stay there, high-fiving the top hand. Maybe you reach and grab a hold of your foot. Your left arm is going to help to rotate chest up towards the sky. Your right hand is going to help to fold you deeper. Then with that length you've created, lift all the way up. Both legs are going to be extending out. Plant your feet, hug into belly center. Make sure there's space behind you on your mat. Yep. Good. Then scoop in the belly. I want you to get your hip bone to release away from your femur bone. So you're going to tip your pelvis backwards. You're going to peel your spine all the way down. Take an inhale when you're there. As you exhale, you're going to roll yourself up. Keep your feet pushing down. Scoop in that deep low belly. Beautiful. And then spill the pelvis backwards, rolling back again. Push into the heels, squeeze into the base of the butt. Articulate down, take an inhale. Exhale, roll yourself back up. One vertebra at a time. Keep pushing into the heels. Okay, last time. Take an inhale. Exhale, peel down. Belly center strong. Feel the separation of your hip bones from your femur bone. Once you get all the way down, pull the legs in a little closer. Make sure your ponytail or anything is out of the way so that your neck is stable for shoulder stand. Tuck the elbows in. Hands are like a shelf to catch your hips. Legs up to the sky. Hips will lift up, and maybe it's low like a half open jackknife. Maybe you lift the hips up higher, feet up higher. Be stable, comfortable on your neck. Squeeze the legs together and reach them up so you're light on your hands, light with arms. Sound of breath. So hum. Feel the squeeze into the base of your butt. You can stay here longer. You could also reach your feet over your head for Halasana. Maybe it goes halfway so your legs are parallel to the floor. Maybe the feet easily come to the floor. If you feel stable, hands can release down onto your mat. If you can, you'll interlace fingers, pressing palms up to the sky. Breathe. Then hug into belly center. We're going to articulate the spine down, one vertebra at a time. Legs will end up to the ceiling. Once you come down, you can keep the legs straight up or feel free to bend the knees like to 90 degrees or maybe even a little less. Arms are going to be out to the side. 2 Mushti Mudras. Your arms will look like goalpost arms. So we'll bend at the elbows. Good. And then either, again, legs bent or straight, you decide, but then glue your heels together and feel that zip all the way into the base of your butt. Hug in through belly center, slide the shoulder blades down. Push your triceps into the floor like you're trying to hold the floor from coming up. Then both legs tip to the left as far as you can, keeping your heels glued together. Then bring them back up. Squeeze the heels, squeeze your butt, strong belly center. Reach the legs over to the right. Floating back up. Good, and again, both legs over to the left as far as you can. Floating back up. Both legs to the right. And back up, one more time each side. And back up. And the other side. Keep the heels glued. Strong, stable shoulder girdle. Floating back up. And then release. You can either Chakra Vinyasa somersault backwards to end up in a seated position, or you can rock yourself up. You just want to end up in a seated position. Okay, then for twisting, you can have right leg straight, left leg crossed over, or you can tuck right leg in, or you can lotus right leg first and then left, or even half lotus with right leg only. Okay, we're all going to end up twisting to the left. So if one knee is up, you'll end up hooking your arm and working a rotation. You can also work your bind. One hand comes under the leg, the other hand comes around. If you're in your half lotus or your lotus position, left hand will reach back, if you can, to bind your foot, and then right hand on the knee if you're in full lotus, and work your rotation. Once you find your pose, lengthen, close the eyes, breathe. Feel how the inhale will create space for your spine. And then the exhale will rotate. Imagine you're like a kitchen rag that you're wringing out. Then keep the length. When you untwist, come back to center. And we'll do the same exact thing on the other side. So if your left leg was straight, cross right leg over and work your rotation. You can also hook your left foot in. Good. And work your rotation. Or if you're in half lotus, it'll be right leg first, then left. If you're in full lotus, or sorry, half lotus, just right leg. Full lotus, left leg first, then right. Use your inhale to lengthen. Use your exhale to find depth. Breathe into the back and the side ribs. Find your way back to center. Uncross the legs so we can bend the knees up for twisting of the neck. So knees will be bent, elbows will extend just a little bit beyond the knees. Then your left palm will create a shelf, left fingers to the left, so that your right, like cheek jaw, can come onto your left palm. Let the neck be neutral so your right hand can come behind the back of the head. Use your arms as levers to twist the neck. We want to make sure the neck's not back bending or forward bending or tipping. It's just in neutral and twisting. And gently release. Same thing to the other side. So your right palm, fingers point to the right, left cheek, jaw comes onto that right palm. Left hand comes behind the head. Use your arms as levers. You're going to slide your shoulder blades down and rotate. Breathe, stretch your neck. Release there. Then beautiful dots at the end of sentence of practice is your favorite inversion. So I'll give you some choices. You guys do inversion that you want. You can go into down dog and then practice one leg up in the air and the other. If you're comfortable starting to prep your handstands, one leg up, maybe you add little hops and then switch legs. If you start to get comfortable with that, do bigger hops, changing the legs in the air. If you're comfortable with that, start to add your double jump. Landing soft. You could also do forearm balance or headstand, or inverted L, like feet into the wall and lifting up. So pick your favorite inversion. And then take your time. When you are ready, short prostration. Like a child's pose, knees will be wide though, so no pressure to the head. Or if knees are sensitive for that, you can also come to all fours and round up. Let your head relax. If you can, knees wide, big toes together, palms come together, cross at the thumbs, forehead down. Then when you're ready, Shavasana, final resting pose. Keep the eyes closed if you can. You can put an eye pillow on, you can cover up with a blanket, whatever you're comfortable with. Lay, relax. You want to make sure that the entire body feels like it can rest. So if when you stretch your legs out, you feel any pressure in the low back, it helps to bend the knees up, lift the pelvis up, reach the tailbone up to the sky, articulate the spine down so that the flesh of your butt is away from low back, so sacrum's more level. Then either with feet wide, knees together, or straighten both legs out and let the feet flop open. Arms can be beside you, palms facing up, so the fingers can just naturally curl as you relax. Enjoy just being present in the moment. This is a time to relax our physical body, the energy body, pranamaya kosha, and probably most importantly, our mind. If mind wanders as you lay here, start to count your exhales. Think of your mind as like a lake. Find the stillness in the lake of the mind. Unsqueeze your brain. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Keep your eyes closed and reach the arms up overhead, full body stretch. Keep the eyes closed, hug the knees in towards the belly. Relax your lower back. Keep the eyes closed, find your way up to a comfortable seat. Let the arms extend, wrists and palms facing down on the knees. Draw attention back to the source of attention, towards the back of your head. Bring hands to heart center. Three mantra ohms together from heart center. Deep breath in. Be aware of the energy, the light inside of you, surrounding you. Be aware of the energy of the people in your community and in the world. Thank you so much for taking time to practice with me and each other in the virtual group. Sarvamangalam means happiness to everyone. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for practicing with us.